Hi guys, and welcome back to Scribe Gaming. I'm your man Scribe, and this is Smudge. We both hope you're having a good day. Alright, so last night we did have the kit reveal come out for the new Maul Kit that we are going to get through Conquest mode. Now RSG, the good people over there, Ranger J and Sir Loki, did manage to score an exclusive interview with developers CG Miller and also alongside CG Crumb, I want to say. Apologies there, having a bit of a brain fart. Anyway, let's go check it out. Alrighty guys, let's just switch me over here. Looking beautiful, looking beautiful. Okay, so CG Crumb actually took to the forums and has posted now the actual kit reveal for Maul. So let's go ahead and read his tags over here. Dark side, no surprise there. Attacker, leader, Mandalorian, and unaligned force user. I think the first thing that jumps out to me about the tags here, namely, he's not a scoundrel. One would think he would have that scoundrel tag, but maybe they tested it out and found that there was a little bit too much synergy going on there. Who knows? He is a deadly force user, has the new Usurper ability that empowers the Mandalorian faction, and inflicts a new debuff on himself known as Anguish, which makes Maul take damage and convert that damage into additional offense. So this guy is going to hit hard, guys. Alright, so synergy suggestions. We've got Lord Vader. Nobody is shocked there. They went, like, early on in the process, they did mention that Maul is essentially the Commander Ahsoka Tano to Lord Vader, right? So obviously, there's going to be good synergy here, and then the rest of the synergy suggestions are the stronger Mandalorian characters and Bo-Katan and Beskar Armor Mando. See what I did there? Anyway, moving on. So, let's see. Basic ability, Crushing Blow. Let's check out the animation here. That is literally the animation from his fight with Commander Ahsoka Tano in Season 7. That's the one that you can see in the mocap episode where Ray Park is actually doing the movement. That's cool. That's cool. I like it. So, physical text. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If this is the first attack Maul uses this turn, Maul gains 1 stack of Anguish, stacking to a maximum of 5. If it critically hits, Maul gains another stack of Anguish. Now, what Anguish does, guys, maximum stacks of 5. For each stack of Anguish, Maul is going to be receiving 2% of his max health as damage to himself, and then he will convert that damage into additional offense for that turn. So this, he takes the damage at the start of each of his turns, right? So, essentially, if we break it down into easy numbers, if your Maul has got 100,000 hit points and you've got 5 stacks of Anguish, you will take 10% of your maximum health, which is 10,000. You'll take 10,000 damage to yourself, and you'll gain 10,000 offense until the end of that turn. That's a lot of offense. And that's just 100,000 hit points. The developers have already said that Lord Vader's leadership is going to be granting additional max health, so that's going to stack. And if you mod this guy for maximum health at Relic 8, he's bound to have more than 100,000 hit points. So this is going to get crazy. Special 1, Fervent Rush, has got a cooldown of 3. Now this is his first Zeta ability. This is an AoE attack. Again, animation pretty cool. Animation is pretty cool. So, dispel all buffs on the target enemy, deal physical damage to all enemies, and inflict offense down for 2 turns. This attack deals 5% more damage for each buff dispelled. So this is sort of similar to Culling Blade, sort of similar to Boba Fett's Execute. The more buffs the enemy has, the more damage this is going to do, and it is an AoE. He also gains 2 stacks of Anguish, and if he kills an enemy with this attack, he maxes out his stacks of Anguish. Now this is going to play really well into his other ability that we're going to see now called Seething Rage. So yeah, using this is going to be a good way to refresh your stacks of Anguish, especially if you get that kill. So let's see, Seething Rage. This is where it gets cool, guys. This ability has got a cooldown of 0, meaning you could spam this. The caveat is you do need to have Anguish on your character. For each time you use this ability, you will use up 1 stack of Anguish. So at 5 stacks, you could theoretically use this ability 5 times in a row because it grants you a bonus turn. So let's read it. Second Zeta here. Deal true damage to the target enemy and inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. Already fantastic start. True damage ignores defense, guys, but cannot critically hit. We already know that ignoring defense is already incredibly powerful. The fact that it can't critically hit is their argument that it's not retreading over old ground that they've already fixed, right? Now, buff immunity is obviously super useful, guys. General Kenobi, constantly taunting, that sort of thing. Getting that buff immunity is super, super useful. If Maul has got 5 stacks of Anguish, increase the target enemy's cooldown by 2. This excludes raid bosses and galactic legends, so you won't be able to stop Kenobi doing anything, JMK or C or any of that, but you can use it on, say, the likes of Commander Ahsoka Tano. Maul loses 1 stack of Anguish, and he takes a bonus turn. This attack also can't be countered. That's a lot going on there, guys. Now we go on again. Each time this ability is used, it deals 60% more damage on subsequent uses and increases by an additional 60% until Maul uses a different ability during this turn. So this ability is going to do damage, guys. You can use it up to a maximum of 5 times in a row without your opponent being able to do anything, because it cannot be countered. And bonus turns can't be stopped. So it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to let Maul take 5 turns, or you let Maul take 4 turns in a row, and then you do this AoE, Fervent Rush. If you land a kill on that Fervent Rush, you restack your Anguish back up to 5. You've got another 5 turns in a row with Seething Rage. That's big stuff, guys. Now, what this tells me here, guys, the fact that if you've got 5 stacks, you'll be able to increase enemies' cooldowns by 2. That's really significant, guys. Really significant, especially when it comes to this girl over here, Commander Ahsoka Tano, because this is going to deal with a way of controlling her yeet, yeah? That Force Leap ability that can instant kill a character, this tells me that Maul is going to have some means of going before Commander Ahsoka Tano in a JMK lineup, be that through a bonus turn, or just having better base speed, or Lord Vader having a high speed bonus to Dark Side Unaligned Force users, or something like that. I think the whole reason for this increase enemies cooldowns by 2 and not 1 is because this can control Cat. Because let's face it, JMK will go first. He will reset her cooldowns to 0. If you decreased her cooldowns by 2, that means she won't be able to use her Feral Leap ability or her Shien ability to swap TM and get right back round to that Feral Leap really quickly. It sets her back 2 turns. So I think Maul has definitely got something baked into his kit, either base speed, bonus turns, or Lord Vader has got some way of passing a turn over to him to make sure that you can control Cat immediately. Okay, so Leader, Usurper. This is a mouthful now, guys. So this leadership is based around Mandalorians. Mandalorian allies have got 5% maximum health for each Mandalorian ally at the start of battle, and an additional 25% offense. Now it's been clarified. Basically, for every Mando character, you get 5% per character, but all Mandos get a flat 25% offense. That is not multiplied by allies, yeah? That would be great if it was, right? My god, imagine how much damage Django would do. So at the start of battle, if Maul is in the leader slot, not the ally slot, Mandalorians in the leader slot gain 1 stack of Mandalore, stacking to maximum of 2 until they're defeated, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Whenever a character with Mandalore is defeated, the character that defeats them gains Mandalore until they're defeated. There can't be more than 2 Mandalore effects in battle. That's probably because mirror matches would have 2 Mandalores, right? If you went Maul leader mirror match. Mandalorian allies deal 20% more damage when they target an enemy with Mandalore. While there are 2 Mandalore buffs on allied characters, all Mandalorian allies deal 50% more damage. This is convoluted, guys, I gotta be honest. This is very convoluted. So the actual Mandalore title itself means that Mandalorian allies all assisting 50% less damage when this character uses an ability during their turns at the start of every turn. Dispel all buffs on the healthiest Mandalorian ally without Mandalore, and that ally gains taunt for 100% and 100% defense until the end of that turn. Defeating that character passes the mantle of Mandalore to whoever defeated them. I don't know really what to say about this. It's kind of nuts, it's kind of convoluted. I'm sure once we go in and see it, we might figure out if it's okay. Does this make the Mandalorian faction viable? Maybe? Hard to say right now, guys. Like, they need a lot of love because there's just not a lot of synergy between them. That's the problem. There's not a whole lot of synergy. I don't think a leadership is going to fix it. We'll see. We'll see. His last ability here now is a Zeta, Bound by Hatred. Maul's attacks are unavoidable, and he has 15% offense. 100% would be great, right? At the start of battle, Maul gains Frenzy and Retribution for 2 turns and 3 stacks of Anguish, stacking to 5. If there is enemy Kenobi, any Kenobi, Maul instead gains a maximum of 5 stacks of Anguish. While Maul has 3 or more stacks of Anguish, he's immune to stun and ability block. When he's got 5, he can ignore taunt, but is also always critically hit. there's a few things to dissect here from this final text stated of Bound by Hatred, apologies. First thing, Frenzy and Retribution, obviously great stats. That Frenzy is not what's going to help us battle Commander Ahsoka Tano, guys, okay? Frenzy gives bonus TM. It gives 100% bonus TM. JMK stops all bonus TM, enemy and his own team included. So Frenzy will not work for this Maul in a JMK matchup. Alright? But against almost everything else, he'll be able to gain that bonus TM. Alright? This is why I think he's going to have... Lord Vader will have either some sort of turn swap, or he'll have a means of getting Maul to go before Commander Ahsoka Tano, or Maul's base speed is going to at least equal Commander Ahsoka Tano's base speed. That's my initial thoughts. The fact that he can ignore Taunt means that when he's got that, he'll be able to move away from General Kenobi, target her, and then he'll be able to use this Seething Rage ability to increase her cooldowns by 2, so she cannot use her Force Leap, sorry. That's my initial thoughts on it. Alright. That is a lot to dissect for that kit. That is a lot to dissect from that kit. I think the kit looks awesome. I think it's definitely going to elevate Lord Vader up into a higher tier. We haven't had his kit yet, but we should be getting the final requirements for his unlock later on today. Can't wait for that. Fingers crossed. We'll do a video on that too. And really, I think we really need to see Lord Vader to see how is this going to counteract against Jedi Master Kenobi in particular. I think there's going to be no problems with this thing just running all over all the other Galactic Legends. I just want to see how it works with JMK. In particular, I want to have a look at Maul's base stats, the multipliers on his abilities, as well as his base speed. That's going to be key, I think, guys. Alright guys, we're going to leave it there. If you did like the video, please do hit that like button and consider subscribing to your boy Scribe. I really do appreciate it. And as always, guys, peace out.
Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.